everyone, and welcome back. Today, what is happening? I'm not talking very well. I'm playing one of the dumber decks I've ever played in the fact that it does this one thing incredibly well, and that is to put a Ghalta into play from our graveyard using a Foggy Swamp Visions or a Zombify. We'll get to those in a second. Ghalta says when he enters the battlefield, put any number of creatures from your hand onto the battlefield. And that's why we're super heavy on our high mana costs. We have the Gishath here that does combat damage and then puts creatures in from the top. Boltborn Tyrant to draw and gain us a trillion life if that's what it comes down to. Carnosaur to do well. And then if we have a Hatcher, that means they're all going to have haste and be able to one-shot our opponent. And how do we get this to work? One, Zombify, return a creature from the graveyard to the hand. Easy enough, easy said. We have Surveil lands. We have 6 different Surveil lands here, so it makes that part a little bit easier. But we also have Foggy Swamp Visions from Avatar. As an additional cost, you may waterbend X. Waterbending, it says, I guess, in the top right. My webcam kind of covers it. I can move it over here. Your creatures and the artifacts you control can help pay the waterbending costs, and it just so happens that the cards we're playing in the 2-mana slot are all artifacts that discard and draw, or are just like a connive creature. So that is a meld here from Edge. When it enters the battlefield, discard a card, draw 2. And then this is the same here. We can discard a card and draw 2, along with the Mob Lookout, which connives, which means you draw a card and then discard a card. And those can all be used for Foggy Swamp Vision. So this is effectively a 3-mana card that you can tap one of these and reanimate a Gishath or a Ghalta or a Gishath on turn 3. Which definitely happens to a red player in this video, and it is glorious. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and dive into the games. Okay. We ready? We ready to win some video games? Maybe not with this one, but we'll try it. Being on the draw is always going to be a bit tougher for us. I think we have to pass on that. But if it's another land after, it's just really hard to win. Plus we have, what, like 4 draws? 4 extra draws anyway. For life gain, and we ripped another theater anyway. Go here. Discard a Ghalta. This deck does... Oh, gee, okay. Well, we drew only lands since then, so thankfully we threw that card away, because we clearly don't need more. Then we can surveil here. Probably should do it after we draw. We look deeper that way. We did it the opposite way. Now, they do play a black creature that can tap an ally and exile a card in the graveyard. So that's obviously a bit tough. Your total, in terms of life gain, don't really matter to us all too much. And we drew another land, bro. Like, this is not real. Welcome to random days on Arena where you can't win. At least they're not lands. Like, I'll take non-land cards. I assume they have a creature to flash in. Foggy Swamp Visions is good. Unfortunately, it's not going to do much here. You just don't have enough kind of action going on. They play Aang. So I would assume they either have another one or they're looking to tap out here on their next turn. This is up to 1. You don't have to airbend that. Just takes pressure off of us, really. 2 mana and not the greatest of lands. Also, like a weird order to do that, maybe. Maybe not a weird order necessarily. Do I have one more turn? I think I would really, like, I really need something else. These are just not going to be strong enough on their own, right? I think I have to go one more turn, which puts me in a really bad spot. But I just don't think I have enough stuff, right? We can sit here and pretend like I do. But we all know it's not true. So now, even with the stuff we drew, we're still not in, like, that much of a better spot. Alright, cool. So 3, 6, 8. A lot more mana if they technically want it. So we'll just have to see kind of what comes out from us here. Do I have anything else in that yard? Another Colta. Another one that doesn't quite get us there. I don't really have a way to remove anything. Let's surveil here. Another land, dude. Like, holy. Just impressive how many lands we're hitting. We don't have one to make, or we could, like, discard this and blow up a creature and then Foggy Swamp Visions that back. How many do I have in here? One? Yeah. I have one. They have nothing. But done nothing. As well. One of the main ones. Hello? Is that part of the update? If so, I don't really like it. Quite honest. So this has to attack. They could block most of it. I think here. Problem is they have enough in the air. I kind of have to threaten a lot. I can block all the ground creatures here. Dude, like that. 14, 26. It's exactly lethal, so they have to block something. They're either losing some mana or something here. This could hit well, this could hit bad. After we saw all the lands, we would hope it would hit something good. I would consider something good. Oh, I don't know how I like that. Flips into a 4/4 that says land creatures will have vigilance beginning of combat Urpin 2. Okay. Well, not dead in the air. Unless they play something else. I don't know. I don't have a way to reanimate anything else. They don't really have a way to stop me from finding lethal unless they have a way to bounce everything. Would be a weird one. Would do it, I guess. Because I can't play the Gift Shaft in my hand. No way to do that. Game I felt like we lost, but somehow we're winning. I don't know what to do with my headphones. I don't really want to wear them, but what is going to happen? What could they play? I'm trying to think in their deck what it could be. Other than Avatar's Wrath, or if there's a weird way that they can find lethal. They have 7 on board. Another one of these would be 9, 10, 11. So even if that 2 of those, but yeah, he's not even legendary. But yeah, we come away with a win there, even though honestly, I feel like most of the time if our game goes that way, we're going to lose. Because before Foggy, like, look at our graveyard. Even though, like, obviously a lot of times we don't want to keep, like, we want to keep the cards in our hand. This was really only after getting like 3 creatures, and of course Gift Shaft hit a Vaultborn Tyrant, which helps a ton, and this puts 2 creatures out. So it was a bit weird. Maybe a double block would have worked better, because then the Vaultborn Tyrant wouldn't have come and they would have been fine, but who knows. My opponent's first, and we have no black mana, so this has to be a Maw. Keep, and with 2 surveils, I think we can find another land. Or we might just draw one naturally anyway. Back into Earthbending, huh? Immediately found 2 more lands. Don't worry about it. Not gonna be a problem today, brother. You might be in trouble. Getting a lot harder here. Okay, that should help out actually a bit here. Surveil. I have a Zombify. Maybe I don't keep that. It's a bit weird. Shaft gone. So the problem going to be here is that our opponent's going to have so many allies that even Gift Shaft's going to have a hard time connecting. Triggered ability happens. It happened again. We can just chump the 3. This guy's actually really good at maintaining kind of our balance here. And I think I just don't even mess around. If a triggered ability... Maybe we wait, right? And try to remove the last... Oh, I didn't play the starting town. Oh, I punted. Can't believe I didn't play that starting town there. That's crazy. Wow. I just like went, oh yeah, this is better mana division here. That's a tough one. Here. Feels like they're holding up an Ang. So honestly, it probably wouldn't have resolved anyway. Okay. Zombie 5 wasn't sticking there regardless, I guess. But it doesn't make me happy. See a tap out from our opponent here. No. I should have probably picked these off because they've been getting free chip damage, huh? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I've already committed to chumping this. So it feels like I should keep doing it. There's a tap out. That's a lot of toughness, bro. That's a lot of toughness. I can do 2 creatures here. Seven, 5. Yes, Shaft. They have 3, 6. 7, 6. So they can definitely block it. Am I okay with that because of the Foggy Swamp Visions next turn? Probably, right? I could bring back both, but I think it's just this into here and see if they block. Here. Damage is already decided, so sure. It's not like we lost the Gift Shaft, right? Like we get the Foggy Swamp Vision it back here. Oh, good draw. 1 on everything, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it has to be a block here, right? I think it's the only block that makes like I don't die. 7, 8, 9. I guess I don't die the other way. I need this to bring back more stuff, right? So I'm not dumb. 6, 7, 8, 9. Sure. Good draw. A really, really good draw. Well. We don't want any of those. We want here and here. Well, giving them haste is a pretty good way to start. We're dead in the air, so it's not like not attacking out here doesn't do anything. They should throw 1 in front of Gift Shaft. They don't. 7. Do we hit enough here? We hit nothing? Wow. Dude, these 2 games have just been everything but trying to let me win. It's crazy. We hit literally nothing, dude. That's absurd. Because this... Oh, whatever, bro. I don't care. Going first here. Pretty nice hand. Like that. Obviously, we got the good card. If it's aggro, we'll start off with our creature. Starting town's a good card. Hopefully I play it on curve this time, not like an idiot. Okay, it is aggro, so I do want to put the creature out. It's like it gives us less cards, right? But it does provide good value, and these non-being legendary are really good here too. Although we kind of need a scrap card to discard to this so we can draw. Okay. My bad. Here. It's this. We've drawn 3 of these now. Here. Also a 5/3, which is a bit tough. Let's pop this. No. Problem is I basically have to zombify here. At least it feels that way. Slow them down a bit. That strategic betrayal is so clutch. Just hold. Then we can just honestly play another one. It'll pain us a bit here, but they're not careful. We could actually strike back for lethal. Or they have another removal spell. Because they're the best. With that, we'll go ahead and stall. Could have chomped, I guess. Don't worry, we drew the surveil land that we threw in our graveyard. And I am going to probably end up losing this game. Unless we rip a zombify, put a gift shaft in, and fully miss again, which is definitely possible by us. I've done it before, I'll do it again. This enters tab, by the way. Token does. So it's not like we really get much value there. We're trying on our Voltborn Tyrant, I swear. We're going to have to take a damage off this regardless of what we do. Winning the hard way. Tokens still get made, so we still have time. Sure. They just don't become tokens that can trade, obviously, right? Sure. Okay. Foggy Swamp Visions would be cool. That'd be one way we can get out of this game, that's for sure. Sure. Holy boy. Oh, golly gee willikers. How many creatures we got in here? 3, but how many they got? A little. I'm returning 4 creatures regardless. It'll at least exile that, right? So fun. Sure. Sure. It most likely has to block here, right? Hey, this person blocked gift shaft. But it didn't end up mattering. Very nice. We get there on a last second draw. That is crazy. Well, on the draw for the 3rd straight game, but that's okay. Blue. How dare thee? How dare thee be blue-black? How am I supposed to win? I think that's a counterspell from the home team. Oh, is it blue-black mid-range? It weirdly gives us play. Oh, nice. Oh, we could just go for it. Listen, are we that cool? Are we that cool? I don't think we're that cool. I think we kind of suck. I think putting a 1-4 in front of them is better. I'll also draw that. But eventually you think, you know, like they're going to stress out a little bit, right? Should I put a 1-4? Yeah, we should put a 1-4 in front of them. Like make them have to remove this, right? Or make them tap it. Or make them tap it. Land Kaido. Land Kaido and we're home free. They don't do anything. They hold up counterspell. To my opponent. Everybody point and laugh. We can get around it a bit. It just takes a little bit of time here. I don't even really want to do this, but I want to do. I mean, I guess with Foggy Swamp Visions, I don't actually need the extra land. Well, I do if I want to pay the counterspell, right? Tidebinder? Okay. So if we find another one of these and jam it, maybe our opponent will interact with it again, but... we don't. Even though the tie binding is going to suck, but... very cool. Mr. Blue Black, I'd like you to figure this out. Mr. Blue Black opponent, I would like you to solve this equation. It's just funny because I'm just thinking on the other side, I'm like, there is zero chance I could beat this. Like, haste, 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 thanks to this. Going to make tokens, going to make them also have haste. And then Gishaft's going to come in and strike for lethal. Hopefully. Obviously, we've missed it once already in today's video. I'm not afraid to do it again. Well, we're on the weird side of it. We're on the play. We need a land. We probably won't keep one on top, though. Yeah, like, that's definitely not a keep. I was like, oh, reanimate piece. I have 2 of them. Green. So we do have to be fast here. That's a pretty good draw. Obviously, old Galta gone. So now we do need a land. Thankfully, we have one more loot here. Admiral Cub, 2 mana available. Sure. So next turn is their I can go bonkers turn. Alright, Foggy Swamp Visions will do it. We just need as many creatures as possible and hope that we live here. That's not even like guaranteed either, right? Because with these, it's a weird draw. A little part of me thought maybe we're supposed to Carnosaur this. Yeah. What could we draw? We're going to draw like a million, right? And have a lot of power on board. It's just whether or not it's enough. Because Ouroboros can kind of beat our power in a weird way. You can just go so over the top. Who knows, maybe our opponent doesn't have anything. Looks like doesn't have anything is the case. Doesn't have anything, looks like the case. Now those are in exile, so it's not like we can really get to them. Starting town is, I guess, whatever. A little part of me thinks I'm supposed to just pop this Badger Mole Cub and wait one more turn. Because like their turn is so much worse without it, right? Because with it they have 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, they have a million mana. If I get rid of it, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish mana. Just so weird. And they stopped on their turn, which is pretty good for us, right? But also, I can kind of pop off myself. Like, that's the thing. So maybe it's just do my own thing for now. Do what we draw. Sure. 2 Volborn Tyrants is a ton of life to be gained too. Do I go over the card count number? No, I go to exactly. Yeah, sure. We could also do this. And now we will go over the card count number, which allows us to discard like another Galta if we have it, right? And the reason that's good is because we have that Zombify. So any creatures we load up in our hand would be just good to get rid of. Unfortunately, we don't really have a ton of those, which is a bit weird. But yeah, giving haste here, that means now they have to block. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and we win. So this is the argument of obviously going for it. Because the other thing is, if I remove Badger Mold Cub and they play another one, I literally did nothing. I just hit my microphone so hard. I just do nothing, right? And it's just so hard. So I think, especially in best of 1, 2, I think we're just supposed to go for it. In best of 3, you might argue that they won't find one. Best of 1, it always feels like they do, you know? Opponent first, we do have a way to get rid of a Galta. And sometimes not having a backup, like having a backup Galta is actually not that bad. Deal. And we have the card to go with it. So it's turn 3. We can do this. It's just, are we dead? Oh, let's go. That, I literally couldn't be happier. That's the sickest turn from our opponent we could have ever asked for. They got a Burst Lightning. We don't care. Like, we just don't care. Oh, just get better. Just get better. Our cards are just getting better. Burst Lightning me, brother. Worst Burst Lightning, but that's fine. Everything's a variation of shock. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is what we live for. This is where Foggy Swamp Visions, I kind of had envisioned that we're about to ball out. That's all you need to know. We're about to ball out. You're going to be like, yeah, I'll wait. We want to keep the token. And we want this to resolve last. We're about to ball out. To be fair, not all of them have haste. But this is why you want to do it the other way. So now we get to get Shaft again. And we'll keep the token again. Here and here. We're just balling right now. We want to hit the one that gives them all haste, but at the same time, I'm having a good time, bro. Like, that's all I need to do. It's a sick deck, man. It's so cool when it works, but it can be a frustrating one when you're always just one card away, because that's always how this deck feels. One card away at all times, and it's just so fun when it works. So fun. All right. Well, you can tell by the title of what I named the deck that this is indeed dumb a little bit, and the fact of it goes absolutely bonkers. It's leaning the entire opposite way you would normally have a deck leaning, where we literally have one drop, multiple 2 drops, one single, like 4 of a single 3 drop, 4 of a single 4 drop, and then everything is heavy. We have 5 drops, we have 8 drops, 8 drop, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, 8, 7, and 6. Although you can argue that this is another 3 drop, really, but it's not at the same time. But you can just see how heavy this deck is, and we're sitting on 22 lands. Which, now that I think about it, after that first game, sitting on 22 lands and how many lands I felt like I was drawing, that's insane. But it went well. It went great. This deck is really fun. It is a little costly in terms of, like, kind of your craft guide. me. I think those are all mythics. Yeah, so these are a lot of mythics. Your mana base is kind of whatever, because mana bases are always going to be a bit weird, whether you have them or not. Like, if you don't have all the theaters, just play more pylons. It'll be fine as long as you have the red mana. And then starting towns obviously good. Starting towns is one of the weirder lands here, but it is nice that it helps with the green occasionally, because you just don't want that. I think at one point when I started playing, on my passage, I accidentally put it on green a couple of times. I don't know why, because I was just like, oh yeah, we probably have some green to like mill over some stuff. You don't really want to mill over anything. You want to be very selective on what you discard, and it's really just these two. You want to put this back into play, or you want to put this in play. This is obviously the best one. Galta here is obviously by far none the best one to put in that graveyard. But guess yeah, it's not a bad option, except when it misses and you lose. But that's okay. It is fine. Sometimes that'll happen, and you just have to shrug it off and pretend you didn't play that game. Maybe get up, maybe go take a shower. Like, go relax. You know, because if that's like game 5 of a losing streak, your monitor is in witness protection. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to watch out. So with all that said, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I hope you all are enjoying the Lorwyn kind of streamer event that is going on. I don't stream, so I'm not in it. I would assume that's the prerequisite. Or I'm just bad at what I do. Either or. I don't care. It just is what it is. But I'll be playing a pre-release and things like that, so it's going to be fun. The set seems really cool, and I'm excited for it. So with that, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.